Feeling a little undervalued at work? Yeah, it's a super common feeling, but it's one we can absolutely fix. In the next few minutes, we are going to build your personal playbook for negotiating the raise you actually deserve. So let's just jump right in with the numbers.
Okay, so let's set the scene. This number, 3.5%, that's about the average annual merit raise most folks are seeing. After inflation, that barely even covers the rising cost of, well, everything. It's basically the raise you get for just showing up. But we're not here for that, are we?
Now look at this, 20%. This is what's possible when you really advocate for yourself. A smart, well-prepared negotiation can get you a 15, 20, or maybe even a bigger jump than that. We're not just talking about a little bump here. This is a huge leap forward for your financial future.
So the big question is, how do you get from there to here? How do you go from that standard, tiny cost of living adjustment to a number that truly reflects what you're worth? Well, it all comes down to having a clear, repeatable strategy, and that's exactly what we're going to build right now.
Here's the game plan, broken down into 5 simple parts. First, we'll get the lay of the land. Then, we're going to build your bulletproof, data-driven case. After that, we'll walk through the actual conversation, get you ready for any possible outcome, and finish up with some key tips that honestly make all the difference. Let's do this.
All right, first things first. Before you can even think about asking for more, you need to understand what you're walking into. You got to know the landscape. It's the foundation of any good strategy. Think of it like this. You've got 2 paths. On the left, you've got the passive path, just waiting around for those small standard bumps. But on the right, that's the proactive path. That's where you take control. And honestly, by not making your case, you are literally leaving a ton of money on the table, year after year.
Okay, now for the most important part of this whole thing, building your case. A successful negotiation is one way before you ever step into that room. I mean it. If you get this prep work right, the actual talk is the easy part. Your whole case is going to rest on 3 pillars. Number 1, timing. Asking at just the right moment is a game changer. Number 2, research. You're going to replace "I feel like I should be paid more" with "the data shows." And number 3, value. You've got to translate what you do into real business impact.
Timing can be your secret weapon. You want to aim for that sweet spot, about 4 to 8 weeks before performance reviews while budgets are still being figured out. Or you can ride the wave of a big success. Ask right after you've knocked a huge project out of the park. And of course, if you've taken on way more responsibility, but your pay hasn't budged, that's your cue.
Next, you have to arm yourself with data. The single biggest mistake people make is going in saying they feel underpaid. Nope, we're replacing feelings with facts. You're going to use multiple sources online to build a solid, credible picture of what your market value actually is.
Your research isn't about finding one single magic number. It's about understanding the entire range for your role. We're talking about the pay band, the low end, the middle, and the high end that a company is willing to pay. Your goal is to figure out that whole spectrum so you can smartly argue where you fit in.
And now, for maybe the most critical step of all, quantifying your value. Don't just list what you do. You have to translate your work into dollars and cents, or hours saved, or revenue brought in. Frame your wins by talking about the problem, what you did, and, this is the most important part, the measurable result.
Okay, you've done all the homework, you're ready. Now it's time for the conversation. And listen, this is not about confrontation. It's about having a clear, professional discussion. We're going to use a simple 3-part script.
The flow is really straightforward. You start by setting the right tone. Then you present your case, all those amazing things you've accomplished. And finally, you make your very specific, well-researched ask. Easy.
An opener like this is perfect. It immediately sets a professional business-first tone. It's not a demand. It's a request for a discussion about alignment. It signals that this is going to be a mature, fact-based conversation.
And then, the ask. See how it connects your impact directly to the data you found? By stating a specific number, or at least a very tight range, you show confidence. It proves you've done your homework and you're not just throwing a number at the wall.
So you've made the ask. But wait, the conversation isn't over yet, not by a long shot. Being ready for how your manager responds is what separates the rookies from the pros.
You're basically going to get one of 3 answers. Yes, maybe, or no. And you need a move for each one. If it's a yes, great. Your job is to lock in the details. If it's a maybe, your goal is to create a clear path to get to a yes. And if it's a no,
You shift gears to find out why and see what else is possible.
A maybe or a not right now can feel like a letdown, but it's not. It's an opportunity. This is your chance to ask, okay, what specific goals would I need to achieve? And can we put something on the calendar in 3 months to check back in? You're turning a vague response into a concrete plan.
And what if it's just a hard no on the salary increase? Maybe the budget's tight. Don't just walk away. It's time to pivot. Ask about other things. Could a one-time bonus be possible? What about more equity? A small piece of ownership in the company. Or maybe a budget for a class or a conference. Get creative.
All right, we're in the home stretch. Let's wrap this up with a few crucial pro tips and common mistakes to avoid. Think of this as your final checklist for success.
If you remember just one thing from all this, make it this. This is a business transaction, not a personal favor. You have to focus on your business impact, not your personal needs. Bring them hard data, not vague feelings. And make a specific request, not just a hopeful wish.
And here's an awesome trend that is totally working in your favor right now. Pay transparency. More and more companies are required to post salary ranges for jobs. This is gold. You can use that official data as a powerful starting point for your own negotiation.
So, that's it. The playbook is complete. You know the landscape, you have your prep strategy, you've even got your script. You're not just hoping for a raise anymore, you are engineering one. The only question left is, what's your first move going to be?